20 seconds. 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, cue in. Welcome to Matchday 6 of the Simulation Soccer League. I am Sock, joined by... There's no one here. It's just me. Well, I suppose I shall keep things underway here. This is Matchday 6 of the Simulation Soccer League, the first of, well, the last of the first legs, I would call it, I suppose. We have AS Paris for the first time facing off against Seoul Mythic at home, followed by Buenos Aires facing off against Montreal United and M.F.C Kaapstad versus Inter London. Of course, all of these matches will be very important to all of these sides. AS Paris and Buenos Aires are fighting for that final transfer spot to go up to Division 1, while Inter London look to maintain that 6-point gap that they have built up. First on the agenda will be Buenos Aires versus Montreal. Looking at the standings, it hasn't been great for either side. I mean, Buenos Aires probably the more beneficial of the two, where they have 3 wins, 2 losses, no draws yet, but merely the +2 goal differential. But Montreal United have only been able to get a single point, thanks to them drawing with, I believe, FC Kaapstad. Oh, sorry, I actually would have drawn with Seoul. They've only had 2 draws thus far in Division 2, so a lot of results. But Montreal have been on the receiving end of 4 losses and a -7 goal differential. I mean, this is a must-win game, of course, but you have to think, how much do they control their own destiny coming into this? As we look to be getting underway now, we see the 4-2-3-1, the classic CA Buenos Aires formation. They have decided to start Elec Tildersfunction and faking an injury. And of a Montreal United side, the 4-1-2-1-2. Casual and Pinot Noir have been brought up front. Casual, interestingly, has been brought up front. Usually a player in the midfield, but this time will look to be the main striker for Montreal. They've usually had Jake Justice up front, but not on this occasion. As we are getting underway now, it is Antonio Governo who kicks us off, and he will look to the left side, finds Knight with Gorkov, and now Che Guevara. Of course, these two sides have not met yet in the regular season. As mentioned earlier, this is the first time they will face off against each other. The next time they will face will be Matchday 9. As the early attack here with Buenos Aires swinging it in, and Tokyo Wartooth clears that one away, but looks like they can still mount some pressure. No, they just decide to settle things down here and look to regather, as now it's back with Edward Vandersloff. It's been very handy for him. Does have a hat-trick already this season, as Governo is trying to be found, but that shot blocked away. AJ Williams knocks it over for a corner kick. Gorkov to take it. To the far post. It's Yves Mathieu that ends up heading that one away. And again, they regather on that right edge. Yes, Vandersloff once more. Tries to go in again, but no one at home. Headed clear. Very warm weather here in Argentina. 30 degrees centigrade. But a fair bit of wind around as well, which might affect how these through balls and aerial routes are taken. Here is Xavier Valorian sent through by Noir. Sigvald of Katarina tried to challenge it and puts enough pressure on to force it wide. Koshuk then did have to dive to his left to try and stop it, but was not necessary. Now here's Tildersfunction. Goes over to Gorkov. Look to try and attack from the left side this time. I haven't looked for that side very often, but we'll try now with faking an injury. Sent over now to Knight. Knight marked closely by Nortooth. Knight found a good ball for Governo! And Antonio Governo scores and opens the account for Buenos Aires. Was found open past the centre-backs of Mature Williams. One-on-one with Brian Duke. Puts it beautifully into the bottom right. Just see there, Wartooth just played a little bit off, allow that cross to come in. I think Governo was right on the receiving end of it. Duke had really no opportunity, had to come out quickly. And had no chance to narrow the angle down enough to prevent the shot from finding the back of the net. Now here's a bit of a misplay there. Time to take a guard now for Casual. A shot, but it hits a post and stays out. Or a goal kick, no less. Oh, that is quite unfortunate there. Good chance to equalise there. Just wasn't capitalised upon. Perhaps some questions need to be asked there of Montreal. What are they doing with that kind of attack? Pearson whipping it in, but Adam Knight clears it. I think that perhaps they've just opted to go to Casual as a bit of a substitute. There's a Casual now! Casual finds the net, and that is an equaliser. It was cleared away by Knight and then retrieved by Williams, headed it back in. And then it was just quick ground ball play. Sung, Funyuns, Peterson found Casual with an open look, and Kosher down despite a good attempt to stop it. Again, a very well placed shot. Yes, see, they're very close, but looks like just onside there. Placed onside by Mike Checker, and as such, Montreal equalizes. Again, it looks like Buenos will attack from that right edge. Now they look to switch it round back to Knight, who set up the goal for Governo. Now goes ahead to faking an injury. They attacked Water with a cross on that occasion when they scored their first goal. Do they look to do it again? This time they just go back with Gorkov. Now Knight once more. Slow play, no need to rush. Now they have time here. It's Tilda's Function with a long shot, but just couldn't find the angle. Duke looked to have that stopped even if he did. Good attack here following Montreal, finding it forward. Here's Bismuth Funyuns, now to Xavier Valorian. Back to Song. Now of Casual. Eventually finds Calavera. Back through. Where do they look to find an open man? There's Williams. Now of Calavera again. 1-2s with Song. Back again. Now Valorian. Looks to try and put Noir through and goes back to Casual. Oh, a bit of sweat there. But it's been called back because of the sweat. Was it Noir or was it Casual? It looked like it was Noir. Just barely offside there yet. Just barely, but just barely see the gap between the players. Is now an opportunity, just over the top of Vandersloot, and ends up being taken there by Casual. Noir now challenged by Knight. Dodges a tackle very easily, really. Now with injury. Works back for Gorkov. Over to Knight. Now if Gorkov again finds Governo, another through ball! And finishes in the exact same spot, and it's 2-1 Buenos Aires. Governo with a double. Has been found on another left side through ball. AJ Williams caught napping, and Brian Duke could do nothing about it. That time it's Gorkov again, just caught Williams. And then Duke's flat-footed on his knees. Isn't able to make any kind of dive at it. Just see absolutely lamenting the opportunity there. Hands in the air, just like, what am I meant to do with this? And you can just see again, barely a cigarette paper between it, but that will be a crucial goal as we go to the break. They are just about even on the XG chart, but the shots have been with Buenos Aires, and they have capitalized with the goalkeepers. That's a question for them. Only a 250 save percentage. Probably something that will very likely be looked to improve. You see also the crosses being attempted by Buenos Aires. They've had 18 attempts at it. Montreal have had just 3 and haven't been able to convert on any of them. Buenos Aires largely unsuccessful as well, so the defense has been solid, but the goalkeeper has not. That's why we have a 3-goal half. We could have had a 4-goal half had a Pinot Noir not barely been offside on another opportunity, so Montreal will have to lament that. Also see clear-cut chances has been with Montreal, though again just it was that one opportunity that goes begging when they put it wide past Koscielny down, and as such they end up not being able to strike off of that. And Montreal, they've had their chances and weren't able to convert. That's really been the story. They were able to convert their only shot on target, but just missing one as we see the subs here. Buendia and Yates on for Tilda's function and injury. Earlier, Buendia and Grayson Yates have been instrumental, were helpful in that cup tie against FC Hollywood, but of course I weren't able to progress thanks to that 6-2 first leg. We led up to in the final 10 minutes, so I'll hope to close this one out here against Montreal as a flying ball ends up being headed away by Checker, but Calavera intercepts Buendia, and Calavera sends through Casual. Can he convert? Yes, he can! And it's equalised, 2 apiece. It's another through ball that's gone right through the centre-back. Sigvard of Katarina and Guevara couldn't do anything about it. Buendia really just a bit sloppy with possession there. Knight was playing back, so always offside there. Oakdown just got caught flat-footed again, just on his heels. Couldn't stop that opportunity, even if I feel like he put in his best dive. I'll still have to live with that one, as here's Gorkov. Whips it in for a corner kick, but Casual heads it away. Somebody's playing so far back, but I'll be fine with that if they can do that sort of thing as Yates tried to be found on a cross-face kick from Gorkov, but the header was saved by Duke. Eventually goes and try and clears it. Guevara now finds Tali. Tali to Yates. Yates trying to work his way past Wartooth, trying to get it back in, but Song was there to intercept. They look to clear once more. No one of their forwards is able to find the clearance. As such, no attacking opportunity presents itself. But now it does for Buenos Aires. Here's Vandersloot. Got past Peterson with well, and the shot didn't have too much power on it, and Duke, calmly to his right, is able to make the save. Knight now. Against Gorkov. Back to the wing where Knight is situated, playing a lot further up than perhaps the defense would like, but if we can convert a chance, and it'll help. Here's Checker. Checking out for Vandersloot. Good shot block there by Williams and a clearance by Valorian. Sigvard of Katarina has to be well out to the wing of midfield to basically stop that one, but it's able to still corral it in. Want to throw in now, and here's Vandersloot. Vandersloot inside ball. Tali finds Guevara. Back to Tali inside for Yates, but a good block there. Turkey Wartooth. Now Knight with Gorkov. How do they look now? They decide to look left side again with Knight. They look to embarrass the goalkeeper once more. This time Gorkov. Knight. Good intercept there. Valorian read it well. Does have a card on his ledger, but shouldn't affect things too much. Rarely see the second yellow. Most played know how to play with discipline as here's Olia Baralunga being called offside. Oh, Tali has decided to go for the long back pass. What Casual could have potentially intercepted. Now Checker finds Vandersloot again working against Peterson and does eventually beat him to the outside. Peterson covers off the angle well. Now inside for Governo, just outside the area, so didn't really have the opportunity, but works it back for Knight and then gets himself back into the area. Knight inside for Tali! Good read there by Duke, just got to his left side. Ends up just scooping that one up. Here's Gorkov for corner for Buenos Aires. It looks for the far post with Governo and a tap in! It's Vandersloot on the receiving end. 1, 2, 3 touches, and it's a third goal for Buenos Aires. They've hit the front again, 3/4 of the way through the game. They've always been the one to lead from the front in that case, and Gorka found Governo, and it was just past Duke. Probably needed to get the foot out, something out to try and block the opportunity, but Vandersloot with a simple left foot tapped it home. Checker goes over the top, finds Gorkov on the end, and now Knight with a tough shot, but ends up going over the bar. Right now to Buendia, now with Yates. Yates trying to cut in field. Ooh, tough tackle by Funyuns, but he dodged it well. Now Tali finds Checker. Checker looks back to Tali. Trying to find another angle once again. This time from the right edge. Knight left unmarked here. Probably could have taken a little bit more space for himself. Does eventually work the ball into Governo, but a good save by Duke was offside, it looked like, on Governo anyway, but Nonetheless, opportunity stopped. No matter what this call may be, as he is out Libaralunga. Good work back there by Sigvard of Katarina to make sure that didn't amount to anything. Calavera tackled by Gorkov, did well. Eventually the clearance by Oakdown. Machu, back to Duke now with Williams. Williams over to Calavera. Work it through the defense. Now finds Wartooth up front. Finds Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir looks to be onside here and a shot, but it was a narrow angle. No, it was offside anyway. Now Montreal needing to find an equalizer here to keep some hopes alive, of course. If they do end up losing here, I do believe it does rule out their chances of winning a title, but not that they had much aspirations of that going into it, and, well, the mathematics would be very difficult for them to convert as a long clearance there. Governo couldn't get onto what it was basically a through ball, but now has perhaps an opportunity as Yates is put on through, and Yates had it taken away by Wartooth, and perhaps lucky that Governo was well offside, but he didn't interfere with play, thankfully. Here's Gorkov. Take a corner. Whipped into the middle, but headed away by Williams, and Noir is able to pick up the scraps. Now time ticking down. 2 minutes of the fourth official's board, and ball has been worked deep into Montreal territory. Yates now trying to cut inside again. Finds Vandersloot for Checker. Just look for one last shot, perhaps. The insurance goal that they would need, but it's cleared out now. Atlia Baralunga, and they all hurry back on into the Buenos Aires side of the field. Guevara did well, and Oakdown sends it right back to over to Peterson. Barely keeps it in. Now Duke just has to hoof it forward. It was good work there by Sigvard of Katarina. Finds Aurelio Bendia. Now Vandersloot. Vandersloot. Not much time left. Back for Governo! Dagger! A huge goal, perhaps in the goal difference way of things, as Antonio Governo completes a wonderful hat-trick. It was Buendia that sent through Vandersloot, past Peterson, been bullied here a bit, and then just a simple playback. Governo left unmarked, had all the options available to him, decides to finesse it into the bottom left corner. And it looks like they'll just have to tick this one down here. And the Sloth, they are still continuing to play on here. There it is. The referee finally decides enough's enough. A 4-2 victory. Antonio Governo the hat-trick and player of the match honours. Well deserved. Just saw they got so much acceleration out of that second half. You know, they were 2-2 of a break, but then it just... So it was 2-1 of a break. It looked like they'd equalised through casual. But, you know, possible hat-trick that was denied. Ends up being Vandersloot that got a goal, basically a tapping off a corner. And then Governo finished the job. Solid victory there for Buenos Aires. They dominated that second half, really took it to them. And 12 corners to nil is a very telling stat, very surprising stat in all honesty. But they will be very happy to walk away with 3 points there, as it will temporarily put them second on the table. Only 3 points back of Inter London, so all depends on the upset here. That's what they need to rely on as we move on into our second match of the day. If you're just joining us, you just missed the first match, where Buenos Aires was able to defeat Montreal United 4-2 off the back of an Antonio Governo hat-trick. And for this match, we have AS Paris, another team that was on 9 points coming into tonight, facing off against Seoul Mythic. Seoul, the only team that has drawn games thus far this season. But they have also not won a game yet. So they'll look to change that fortune against Paris, who do have a goal difference advantage over Buenos Aires. If Paris do win by a goal, that gap will be narrowed. It is now currently sitting at Buenos Aires +4 and AS Paris +5. Just quickly going through formations, of course, we do have AS Paddy in that 4-5-1 for two wide midfielders, McAllister and Isabella Cortez, and who can forget Papadopoulos at the front, has really been the star man for AS Paddy, while Seoul will be playing with that 4-1-2-1-2. They have Broca, Aloisi and Danny Paul at the front. Danny Paul has been a bit of a shock-up start, had a pretty good first game, but maybe should be showing a little bit more signs of life with his Seoul side, but has yet to record a victory just yet. King Kong will find Mertz. Now it ends up just finding Twilight Sparkle on a clearance. And I'll look to send it through that left side once more now. Just kind of holding things up for the time being. Eventually does work it back. Ori Barflett will clear. Finds Papadopoulos again. Try to find a header for Peter Oak perhaps, but no one home. That's Aloisi over to McGurk. Now to Silva. Silva with a lot of space to work here. Finds Muller on a through ball, but sent it up top. Of course, one player that we should keep an eye on as well should be Brisky. And I believe is the highest average rating right now for AS Paddy, Jay Brisky, with a match rating of 7.66, fourth highest in the league. Second highest among all defenders, I believe. That's a penalty given away. It's on pork tenderloin. Foul Papadopoulos. No opportunity. Leonidas Papadopoulos from the spot here against King Kong. Can he be a Godzilla? He can. Easily converted. Kong gets the right way. Couldn't stop it though. And Papadopoulos slots home another. 8th of the season in 6 match days. Been absolutely clinical. The front man. And another goal to add to the tally. A fine addition to the collection. And now Seoul have to play from behind once again. There's McGurk who works inside for De Silva. Tries to find Muller, but again Brisky doing well. Again gets up to block a through ball, attempted there for time. Now Willie Normus comes through and blocks that one from getting anywhere. Man will handle with Aloisi. Now Muller again sends Paul through, a Paul shot barely stopped by Barflett and barely kept in by Sparkle as well. Some good work by the AS Paddy defense. Excuse me. Just making sure that they don't let anything through. Now Seoul will reset. Where do they look? It's ended up with De Silva off a tackle from Oak, and De Silva shot well wide. Normus with a long throw, attempted to find Danny Paul, but really was nowhere close. Now Pelletier out to Alistair, back with Sparkle. Walks back to Horvat, now with Alistair again. Alistair just goes back to Pelletier. Over to Peter Oak, Oak with a lot of space, sends Papadopoulos through again, and that's another goal! It's a Papadopoulos! And it's 2-0, only 16 minutes in. It was a tough play. Pelletier did well to work it into the space with Peter Oak, just basically at 10 yards any side of him. Papadopoulos comes through the through ball, goes short side. Kong tries to go that way, just gets beaten. Here's another look at it. Well onside there. Cole Mertz, basically parallel with Tenderloin, but Mertz put him well on anyway. And it is 2-0 AS Paddy. Seoul, of course, would be another team that would be ruled out of title contention with a loss, and especially to Paddy here, would be needing a lot of results to go their way in order to try and claw their way back up. Use that. As Pelletier finds Papadopoulos again, already looking to convert a hat-trick here, but that time was taken away by Mertz. Still a corner kick here for Paddy. Only a minute after that goal from Papadopoulos. The second one, Brisky whipped in, and Cole Mertz that time does well to clear it out. Now Pelletier again, worked back for Horvat. Horvat to Pelletier. Over to Washburn, and they just decide to settle things down for now. No need to try and push anything further. We do have a news in just now from Buenos Aires that Antonio Governo has scored that first goal, but AS Paddy, they were 2 up, so they're already looking ahead here. Here's De Silva. Well, we see the Silver shot over the top once more. Again, we mentioned it's that tight tussle for promotion. As it stands, if Paddy do hold on to this, they do actually will extend that lead. With a 3-goal margin previously, that will be extended up to 4 as things stand. And a worker back between as Sparkle will go back to Washburn. Washburn back to Sparkle. You hear the crowd aying with every touch of a ball. The crowd is really behind them. Oh, the French people just love this kind of thing. Brisky over to Oak. Back to Pelletier. Pelletier, a long shot. Oh, barely wide. Touched the netting. Might have hit the post too. What a shot that would have been. Probably goal of the season for Pelletier, but just didn't go. Tough opportunity goes begging to make it free as now Seoul, after a corner kick, will look to set up once again. Silva goes back over to Time. Time works into the middle for Aloisi, but it's stopped by Bartlett. And Newport played it back. Decided to hoof it clear once more. Good work there, Bobby Newport, one of the new additions. As we will go to the break here, we'll just take a moment to talk about that. Bobby Newport, the only one of the Season 6 class that is on AS Paddy. New blood that we happily welcome. Of course, there is also Pork Tenderloin, Willie Normus, and Danny Paul on the side of Seoul. So, a lot of new players they're looking to blood. Of course, we do have that backup keeper, Mason Wallston, and also backup forward, Pascal Yamaguchi. But they've had to find new signings. They do have, of course, Barocco Aloisi. But they need to try and find something out of one of them, Aloisi or even Human or Michael Moller, who's been very active thus far. Just try and put something through as we have the substitution. One substitution, Mikko Jarvela has come on here for Hoban Washburn. There's McAllister. We'll go back to Pelletier. Already working in for Cortez, but couldn't get much off of the head, and King Kong easily scoops that one into his arms. Kong will boost it clear, of course. The rain has started to come down here in France. Twilight Sparkle will send it clear for McAllister, able to beat Normus to the ball. McAllister inside for Ogo. What a shot that was! Basically tried to brogue kick it, but Kong definitely pushed it away, but still will be a corner kick. Risky and headed away again by Mertz. Mertz has been so good aerially and able to defend against those set pieces as Human tries to work it forward, and eventually they find themselves clearing the ball away here is Paddy. That is right back to Mertz, and Mertz can set up a good attack here. Man tried to find Muller, but Risky got the head to it. Cortez in a counter attack here. Papadopoulos, another hat-trick opportunity, but Mertz stopped it. Oh, it's rolled in anyway, and Papadopoulos got last touch. It will be a hat-trick for him. I absolutely thought that would have been stopped, but it ended up slipping past, and then they just could only haplessly watch it roll in. Here's a look again. You just see, it wasn't actually a chip, but it looked like it just found the ground there. May have been hit by Mertz. But nonetheless, a huge hat-trick. AS Paddy will be licking their chops now. There's a mistake, and Danny Paul capitalizes. A mistake off the throw-in. Barocco Aloisi intercepts, and Danny Paul was able to scoop it up. A rare mistake by Jay Brisky. Just simply inside. Danny Paul was left wide open in 6 yards. Pick your poison. Goes bottom right and makes no mistake. Now Paddy have to fight back after an almost immediate after effect of scoring that goal. Now 3-1. Papadopoulos finds McAllister back to Pelletier. Alistair inside. Peter Oak will finish one. And Paddy responds in kind. It's 4-1 now. Oak just sent it inside. McAllister. Oh, sorry, the other way around, excuse me. Pelletier found Alistair. Worked back inside. Peter Oak unmarked. 3 people crowding that 6-yard box, trying to stop Papadopoulos and Cortez, but with Oak open, just easily split through and 4-1 Paddy. Let's get now to Horvat. Right over to Oak. Now of Cortez. Cortez, a deflected ball, and Papadopoulos, he has his 4th. Twice in 4 minutes, and Seoul, they are being run over right now. Off the throw, and it's Brisky who just was able to find Milan Horvat. It was a quick tap in Cortez. It got up top, deflected off Tenderloin, but it couldn't stop Leonidas Papadopoulos from already having double digits. I mean, that's not the offside we need here. It was still onside nonetheless throughout that play. Placed onside after the Cortez tap, and as such, Seoul find themselves on the receiving end of some beatings. And now they look to try and set up a counterattack. I mean, this is so difficult for them. Now that they're on the losing side of it, again, they'll find themselves basically needing a win from all their next matches in order to try and salvage promotion, but it looks like they might be staying down. Of course, no relegation to Division 3 as of yet. We will have expansion teams soon. Not sure when this will be going out, so we'll double check when it airs, as Hugh Mann's corner is easily scooped up there by Bori Bartlett. We do, of course, have selections going on, so if you're interested and you're a part of a league, feel free to try and put your name up there if you are down to manage. Here's Cole Mertz swooping up the remains of that corner. Danny Paul whipped in for Aloisi, but a good save there. Bartlett got up there for it and made a good stop. Big throw out to Brisky. Now of Cortez. Chipped forward Papadopoulos, but a good tackle there. Pork Tenderloin is needed to make some of those as it is Mazrim time. Aloisi now to Ronaldo da Silva. Tenderloin will reset. It's back over to time. Tries to whip the ball inside there for Paul, but Yavla made the stop. Muller at the rebound sat there for Aloisi, but it was blocked there. Good defense from Twilight Sparkle, and Paul Tenderloin just says, you know what, I'll just let that roll out for the throw. Now McAllister, oh geez, this rain is really coming down now. It must make it so difficult for these players to find grip. They probably had to replace the studs in their boots. But McAllister finds Papadopoulos. Oh, he wanted a 5th, but Paul Tenderloin that time made the block. Now another opportunity presenting itself here as the rain just does not seem to abate. Here is Brisky. Down inside Cortez. Brisky once more. Time on Paddy's side, but they want to try and make this a statement win. Peter Oak's header, well held by Kong. 7.5 minutes left in regulation, and with how many goals have been scored, likely a few minutes of stoppage time to be added on as well. Oh, looking to send an attack forward, but it was stopped there. But the header back was also taken by Muller. Now they find Aloisi. He's got a pass. Brisky, and the shot was tipped over the top by Bartlett. The corner kick given a Seoul. Less than 7 minutes left to play in regulation. Aloisi couldn't get there. Milan Horvat heads it away, and time just lets it go. Alistair, another opportunity to cross in, but a good tackle there by McGurk, and just looking for an option here. Goes to Normus. Normus nearly lost his way around it, but got it back and sent it clear for Aloisi. Works back to Bud Light Large Box McGurk. Give him his full name, but Brisky stops the through ball for time and gives Cortez some space. Cortez inside. Oh, look for Pelletier. Oh! Tried a huge volley, but ends up being a goal kick. Really gave it all he could there, Sebastian Pelletier, but no dice on the attempt. Yeah, they've just been trying a lot of screamers here perhaps, but to no avail. But I mean, might as well see what sticks here as Oak finds Cortez on a run through. A go short side. What an angle that Isabella Cortez found. And that is a statement right there. Peter Oak chested it down, looked to send Cortez through a Mazra time, easily read it well, and King Kong, I mean, how basically has to hug the post like a hockey goaltender, but Cortez finds the back of it. Well, they might try and fully put the stake through the heart as Jarvala instead heads it over the top. I think mercy should be shown at this point, and it is. AS Paris 6, Seoul Mythic 1. Surely dooming them, but Leonidas Papadopoulos, 4 goals for 9.9. That'll help improve him on the match rating and also in the golden boot chase. I mean, just an entire clinical performance there, really, from AS Paris. Everyone played up to snuff. And in spite of the fact that, you know, you look at most of this and you think, it doesn't really seem like a very one-sided affair. I mean, this is really just what happens when you're able to convert on chances. And King Kong, I mean, just a very tough day out for him. We'll be lamenting this one, and one has to wonder, is Mason Wallstead the man of the future? We mentioned him earlier as one of Seoul's bench options. They do have a large bench, but perhaps this is something to think about nonetheless. Wallstead is, of course, a rookie goalkeeper, but King Kong has been there for 5 seasons. But we have to turn our attention away from that for now. It's into London, trying to keep a 5-game unbeaten run and also recover from the hangover of the first ever SSL Cup set. Going against FC Kaapstad, the South African side, that is probably the last one, the outside looking in, especially if they can get a win here at home in front of the South African faithful. It's a very difficult task, though, to try and stop this Inter London side that have been unbeaten in their past 7 matches. If the Cup were tied with a couple of water points, they would have 19 of their past 21. It's a monumental task to try and stop them, and especially to try and stop K. Clements, the man at the front. Let's see what they bring out here. They have opted for the 5-2-1-2 with O'Rourke and Ariadne Tokino Nagatoro Maradona. And it's the offset 4-2-3-1. They decided to start Walter Pinkman and Jerry Svici, benching Fallon de Floor and Hannah Solari. They may be the ones that are brought in, but nonetheless, Kaapstad have to try and find points out of this match. Of course, they're only 2 points back. And if they get one here, it would be huge for generating momentum. Of course, AS Paris and Buenos Aires both got wins today. Paris, especially a statement victory in Kaapstad, they'd need one as well. As even if they were to tie on points, they do have to worry about the goal differences. They are currently, well, coming into the match, -5 from Buenos Aires and -8 from Paris. So something to work on there as Jerry tries to find Gavin Millar, but headed away by Superior Athlete. Dives in a lot, taken away there by Asada Picota. Picota with a nice little step over. Oh, actually missed it there and cleared forward for K. Clements, but Clements was tackled well there by Hall. And they send it crossfield to Krustis. Side for Vala, Superior Athlete. Also one has to think about Ioannis Papadopoulos as well as O'Rourke is sent through, but he pushed it wide. He bowed it well there to narrow the angle, came out strong to try and meet it, but couldn't do anything worth noting. Ioannis Papadopoulos lead in match rating, 8.36 on average throughout their 5 appearances. K. Clements an 8.18 as well, the hefty 1-2 that have really been the MVPs of this campaign. Roma will work back for Yeboah. Papadopoulos. Back inside for Svici. Svici finds K. Clements. His opportunity. Good save. Lua got to his right there and stopped it well. Here's Vala hoofing it clear. We already have a yellow card given out. It is, of course, to the G Fuel tub. I like to refer to him. We do like to refer to him by his full name as well. I need to pull it up to remind myself as Scud Muffin's shot barely tipped away there by Kazenga Lua. An opportunity. Jerry to take this corner. Jerry inside. Oh, just goes over the top of everyone and Millar has to scrap up. Good block, however, by Valor, and Nagatoro Maradona sends through O'Rourke, but O'Rourke was well offside, and the flag is stuck up and just rolled through to Yeboah. It is a singular tub of Phasebridge E-Fuel Energy Formula, the official drink of esports. The left back, but has already been put in the book. Sure. Referee McDonald here had a very nice time writing that one out, as now Jerry finds Clemens. Clemens through one-on-one. Can they finish? No! Kazenga Lualua ended up going split-legged and stops that one. Big stop there as well. Just first big opportunity there. You get to see the latest scores. Let's get that updated now. As it looks like we will go... Oh no, we will have one more highlight. Giannis Crucis has been booked as well. Just worth noting that. As he has Crucis running here hard here against Jerry, but a good intercept there by Papasafopoulos. Try to get it clear, but Nagatoro Maradona did well to stop it. Larson, oh good stop there, Tata Yure. Now what can Inter London do? Perhaps on a last-minute counter-attack. Larson at forward for Papasafopoulos. What can the first half MVP do? Got past Avali, cross inside, K. Clements, good save, Lualua. Was right in front of a headed opportunity. As such, go to the break. I mean, into London, it looked like downhill traffic thus far. 10 shots, 7 on target, and only the one shot, which was off target for Kaapstad, but it's been good work there by Kazenga Lualua and the defence as well. Spear athlete at the back there has done well to block most solid opportunities as expected goals. Not really much of a difference. But still, they also have been put in the book twice with G Fuel Tub and Christus. But of course, Jerry Svici came off that beautiful cup tie. Goal, 2 assists that saw them past Sydney City, claiming that Ashes tie. But I digress. Kaapstad now need to look to find their opportunities. There's one substitution made by Inter London. It's Fallon de Floron, replacing Walter Pinkman. I promise I won't try and embellish this one. Much like someone who fell on the floor would. Anyway, the floor goes back to Letitia, working past Bakora, back into the floor. The floor tried to hit it off against Hall, but eventually cleared out and finds O'Rourke. Good work by O'Rourke there. The backs are playing up, so they were able to find O'Rourke on the wing. Now Bakora again, fended off Tata Yure, and the pass back, well intercepted there. Not really much of an opportunity. Here's Jerry trying to find Scott Muffin, but ends up just cutting out Superior Athlete. Clearance back, finds Papasafopoulos, chipped forward, finds the floor. K. Clements! It's at double digits, and Inter London hits the front, except it's offside. Let's take a look at this one. Yep, well offside. Had a fair margin in between there. Both Scott Muffin and K. Clements basically offside, trapped at attack, and K. Clements is denied. Now the opportunity falls with Kaapstad. Pecora to take the corner. Cleared out there by Donnarumma, and now Jerry Svici has a bit of running room. Good tackle by Nagatoro Maradona, but the ball went right to Fallon de Floor. Trying to work here against G Fuel Tub. Cross inside, only found Hall. Probably should have gone to the air rather than the ground as G Fuel Tub again counterattacks. Dives in a lot, tries to head it clear. Eventually finds Jerry. Now Papasafopoulos. Papasafopoulos forward, finds Tata Yure playing up here, and Tata Yure's shot is just hoisted too far. Tried to really go top cheese with that, but couldn't find the cheddar. Now a corner here for Inter London, again to be taken by Svici. No change of a corner taker there, but that corner only finds Kazenga Lualua. Sent forward, and, well, Roma was the only one that ended up receiving it. Have a look to attack left flank through Papasafopoulos, sends through Jerry. Jerry an opportunity now against Valor. Shot blocked by Valor, and a corner kick. He will go and take. Here comes the Romanian. Whipped inside, looking for Clements, but couldn't get there. The floor is there in the sweeper roll, though. Gets it back. O'Rourke does well to bring it back, but couldn't have a tackle there. The floor whipped inside, tried to find Clements again, but that time it's a Superior Athlete that gets up over the top. Oh, good work there by Millar, fending off Nagatoro Maradona, but not really had the support players to develop anything, but allows Kaapstad to get back in defence as well. Here's Donnarumma back with Jerry. Jerry tries to send the floor through. And a block there by G Fuel Tub. Ends up another corner for Inter London. Jerry once again. It's been building to something here. Can someone convert? No. Millar sends it over the top. And that will be a goal kick. Look to go right side off of it through Kraustas. Kraustas running against Papasafopoulos. Gets him to turn around here. Athlete. It's over to Valor. Sent back, and they'll go to the other side now with Hall. Hall finds G Fuel Tub. Enter Pecora, now O'Rourke. Try to send Nagatomo Maradona through, but Donnarumma positioned perfectly to stop that one. Where do they look now? They look left side. Papasafopoulos sends through Scud. Scud against Kraustas. Cross blocked well. Papasafopoulos there to scrap for it. Larin for Yore. Yore sends through Jerry! And that's gone over the top as well. Again, they're just looking to really put it into precise spots past Kazenga Lua, but they haven't managed a shot on target thus far this first half. They need to try and find something here, as here's Jerry trying to find Tata Yore, but headed clear. Dives in a lot. Back in for Jerry. Across the face. Scott Muffin. Shot easily blocked there by Valor, and O'Rourke worked it out there to Nagatomo Maradona. Now Larson. They try counter-attack there, but nothing develops. What a steal this could be for Kaapstad to get a draw. It would be enough of a momentum builder, even though it would still be 4 points back. They probably needed the win in retrospect, but I think they would absolutely be satisfied with a draw if they can hold on to it thus far. Less than 20 minutes left as that pass by the floor is poor. And it only finds G Fuel Tub. Now Nagatomo Maradona. Millar didn't get a good read on it. Oh, great block there. Donnarumma backside to it and ends up getting a huge block. Tony Yeboah, however, yet to be troubled. Very interesting. There's time ticking down here. Kaapstad just needing to hold on here, but if they could get a win in the last 8 minutes, oh, how beautiful things could be. Kraustas ends up intercepting that pass forward. Now Larson finds out Letitia. Attempted to find O'Rourke, but Letitia was on to receive it. Roma now chips forward, trying to look for Clements again, but only finds Camavinga. Now again, trying to play out the back. Eventually through the corridor, Pecora finds Larson, and now O'Rourke are playing a little bit soft on it perhaps. Now Kraustas, not under a lot of pressure. Athlete playing forward here. Now Larson finds a side of Pecora. Back to Valor with Larson. Athlete trying to run in, and a tough shot. Again, doesn't trouble Yeboah though. Just over 5 minutes left in regulation, and it's Jerry to take yet another corner here. Not sure what Papasafopoulos is doing. It looks like getting some injury treatment perhaps as Jerry whips it in for dives in a lot. Oh, good save, Lua. Worked out Scott Mother. Jerry to Millar and tipped over by Lua again. Looks like Papasafopoulos is okay. He's back on the field. Jerry now another corner here, but doesn't find anyone. And Abdoulaye Camavinga clears it out. Offside goal perhaps haunting into London here, but it was well offside anyway. It's a tough read as here's K. Clements now. Another opportunity blocked by... was offside. Was blocked by Camavinga nonetheless. Looks like they might be able to hold on here, but into London. Look to try and find a goal in these final 30 seconds. Papasafopoulos whipped in, but headed clear by Pecora. Oh, what a beautiful thing this could be if they could counter-attack. And trying to find one last goal here, but dives in a lot, played back well. Oh, dear, O'Rourke! Oh, goodness me! Dives in a lot, got beaten! And O'Rourke with a perfectly placed goal. It looks like dives in a lot might have been hurt here. Oh, how unfortunate this may be. Oh, was that a push? Did O'Rourke knock down dives in a lot? Controversy perhaps, but even bigger is that Inter London are down. And they only had 5 seconds left, so surely they just need to find something. Roma now try to find a floor, but headed away by G Fuel Tub. Kaapstad, with the upset of the season, have taken down Inter London surely. Waiting for the final whistle to go. It's just playing it back in between each other. What a win in front of these home fans. That's it. Kaapstad in the 92nd minute via Lachlan O'Rourke. The only shot on target was the only one they needed. And they have escaped with one perhaps. But some great play from the back there. Hall, Camavinga, Athlete, and Lua should pat themselves on the back. It was great work from them all. But into London, just have to look at things and think, what on earth happened? They thought they played so well, but they couldn't find anything. Kazenga Lua stopped 9 shots on target. And as such, Kaapstad with a huge upset and has changed the entire dichotomy of the promotion race. It is 2 points now between second and fourth. It's only 5 points between first and fourth, thanks to Kaapstad's victory here. And even with all of that, I mean, Kay Clements must be just so disappointed with that goal being disallowed, but well offside anyway. Found on the floor as well, perhaps with that pass. But I have nothing else really to say to that. It's a huge victory there. As Kaapstad, finally, someone is able to beat into London. As we get a look at the standings here, AS Paris, not only are they within 3 points, they have the goal difference advantage on into London. So that will be a huge match to watch when they play next. Of course, CA Buenos Aires with 2 of 3 to come. There's a lot to think about here going forward into these next match days. And next week, into London, plays AS Paris on November 5th. Look forward to that one. And anyway, we shall be seeing you soon. I'm Sock for the Simulated Soccer League and all of the staff. We shall see you next time.